One Direction skyrocketed to fame and made stars out of Harry Styles, Zayn Malik, Niall Horan, Liam Payne, and Tomlinson. The group decided on an indefinite hiatus after Malik left in 2016. They pursued solo careers in music but made comments about the good, the bad, and the ugly parts of their global fame. Here's what Harry, Zayn, Niall, Liam, and Lewis have said about their time in One Direction. Zayn Malik. Zayn Malik shocked fans when he quit One Direction in 2015. Reflecting on that choice, he said on Call Me Daddy podcast, "I think I'd known for a minute. There was a lot of... Look, I don't want to go into too much detail, but there was a lot of politics going on. Certain people were doing certain things. Certain people didn't want to sign contracts. So I knew something was happening. I just got ahead of the curve." He also admitted that he selfishly wanted to be the first to leave due to his competitive spirit and do his own thing.
So I knew something was happening, so I just got ahead of the curve.
Of course, Zayn faced flack for it, sometimes from the same boys he had spent 5 years of his life with.
There's many reasons why I dislike Zayn, and there's many reasons why I'll always be on his side.
We got sick of each other. We were close. We'd done crazy things with each other that nobody else in the world will ever understand or have the experiences that we've shared with each other, and I look back on it now in a much fonder light than I would have as I just left. There were great experiences, I had great times with them, but yeah, we had just run our course, he added. Harry Styles. Harry Styles, who has launched a very successful solo career since leaving his One Direction days behind, is still fond of his boy band years. The Grammy Award winner has time and again voiced respect and pride for his former bandmates. Styles told Variety, "When you look at the history of people coming out of bands and starting solo careers, they feel this need to apologize for being in the band. Don't worry, everyone, that wasn't me. Now I get to do what I really want to do." But we loved being in the band. He feels really lucky to have shared that journey with people who understood his feelings and experienced the same highs and lows of being in the music business. He continued, "I think having that is kind of priceless. There is very much respect between all of us if we did something together. And that is something that you can't really undo. And you know, it's like a very deep love for each other." While talking to James Corden, Styles fanned the reunion chatter and said, "I would never say never to that. If there was a time where we all felt like that was what we wanted to do, I don't see why we wouldn't." Niall Horan. Niall Horan wasn't bitter about the band's breakup, but he certainly struggled with the crazy attention they received. He opened up about One Direction's huge fandom on People, Just People in 2021. He described how getting out of a car amidst swarming fans was a hassle. He said, "I struggled with the idea of, why won't you just let us out? But you can't get inside the brain of a fan, and now I completely get it. But at the time, you're like, you're our age, just let us out. I wanted to say, we just want to walk down the street. You must understand." Horan also sparked hope for a reunion, giving details of their group chats and confirming that they are in touch with each other. He told Zayn Lowe, "We speak regularly, but that conversation hasn't happened. God knows what it ends up being. It could be like the Friends reunion. It could be a whole tour. God knows what it is, but it hasn't been spoken about." Liam Payne. Liam Payne had a hard time with the whirlwind fame, and once the wheels stopped turning, he unraveled. On Table Manners with Jessie Ware in 2019, he admitted, "It would have killed me, 100%. You've got no control over your life. We were definitely overworked. I had no personal life. I learned nothing about myself." He gave in to alcohol as a coping mechanism. While he remembered the fun, he couldn't accept how toxic things got underneath. He lashed out at his former bandmates in a 2022 interview with Logan Paul, but later retracted his statements while announcing his sobriety. In a video, he explained, "A lot of what I said came from the wrong place. I was so angry at what was going on around me, and instead of taking a look inwards, I decided to look outwards at everybody else, and I took it out on everybody else, which is just wrong, really. My own frustrations with my own career and where I kind of landed, I took shots at everybody else, which is wrong. So obviously, I want to apologize for that, because that's definitely not me." He credited his bandmates for rescuing him when he needed the most. Unfortunately, Payne's life was tragically cut short as he fell to his death from a Buenos Aires hotel balcony on October 16, 2024. He was 31 years old. Tomlinson. The eldest member of One Direction, Louis Tomlinson, was devastated over the band's split. He told The Times in 2023, "When One Direction split up, I was mortified. I was absolutely gutted. I was a bit bitter, I suppose, because it just felt like another loss to me. But I have a better understanding of things now, and there's not as much anger. It is what it is." He came to Payne's aid after his outburst. On the Australian talk show The Project, he doused the flames by saying, "I'm immensely proud, as I know Liam is, immensely proud of those days, obviously. I mean, it was an incredible thing to do, and especially at such a young age. Amazing memories, man. Amazing." As for a reunion, Tomlinson was blunt about how far-fetched that idea was, but he hoped for its possibility in the future. He said, "Getting back together at some point is hard to imagine right now, but I'd be surprised if we lived out our lives and didn't have a moment where we had a reunion. Or whatever you want to call it. I'd be up for that." He added, "I do miss the boys, and I do definitely miss being one of the five. But I like doing my own thing too. It was time." Over the lost potential of the reunion now as they bid goodbye to Liam Payne. But the world is better for One Direction's music. They had a blast, and we had it too while seeing them chasing their passion, success, and fame.